When will people realize that Meghan has a personality disorder? You cannot believe a word she says. She lives in an alternate reality. She is a psychopath. I am quite serious. Tom Bower's book has left no doubt. Meghan has not sued him because it is true. She has just kept quiet and is banking on not many people reading it. She has filled columns with puff pieces and attacked the Cambridges. Let's stop and expose her. Read what she desperately doesn't want you to know. It's the best book I have read in ages. I didn't want to put it down. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, released the first hour-long episode of her Spotify podcast series Archetypes on Tuesday, August 23. When Archetypes was initially announced, it was said the podcast would investigate the labels that try to hold women back. The series will feature 12 episodes with household names and experts speaking to the Duchess of Sussex about various stereotypes and labels on women. I would like to know if Harry has read the book. Particularly the bit where she is still living with her fiancé Corey, seeing Rory McIlroy and another bloke whose name I can't remember, whilst trying to bag Harry. And when she got him, dumped Corey and cleared out all his things so Harry wouldn't know, before he moved in an hour later. Admitting to her friend that it was tight. Read more. Meghan Markle's podcast slammed by Piers Morgan exploiting status. Meghan acted as an executive producer for the first episode titled The Misconception of Ambition, featuring tennis star Serena Williams and Dr. Laura Kay. Meghan spoke to her close friend Ms. Williams about motherhood and the connotations of ambition in women. Both shared personal stories detailing their struggles as new mothers, with Meghan recounting how Archie escaped a fire during their royal tour of South Africa. The podcast, a co-production between Archewell Audio, Gimlet, and Spotify, is the first product of the audio branch of the couple's Archewell brand aside from a holiday special. Because the palace's hands were tied due to her being of mixed race. If the Queen had refused Harry's permission to marry Nimi, the racist card would have been played immediately and the palace would not have been able to say why they had said no due to confidentiality issues. Then the accusation of racism would have stuck, whereas now we can see that she uses her mixed race when she sees it's to slash for her own advantage. Prince Harry and Meghan signed a multi-year podcast partnership with Spotify in December 2020, after stepping down as senior members of the royal family. The second episode will feature Mariah Carey, and the series teaser promises intimate and candid conversations with guests from around the world, to discover how these archetypes impact our everyday lives in ways big and small. It adds, with experts and historians, Meghan also uncovers how we got here in the first place, unearthing the origin of words such as diva, slut, the B word, hysterical, and many more, and asks the question, can we change this? Coinciding with the new podcast series, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's official Archewell website have been updated to promote the release. Not only will I not listen, I'm not renewing my Spotify subscription. I prefer to use the money saved on real-world issues like the cost of living crisis and trying to pay my energy and food bills. I just read the article Re the Visit to Africa and an electric heater going on fire in the room where a child should have been. I am confused. They were in Africa in a hut and it required an electric heater. Amazing. Now if they said a lion crept in, acceptable, but an electric heater in case it gets cold, sorry. Another lie or gross exaggeration from the biggest liar of all times. Legalized from Megaphone. No, I certainly won't be listening to her. Why would anyone want to listen to a narcissist, liar, woke, entitled, manipulative, self-centered, low-grade human being like her? She doesn't have anything that I want to hear, plus I wouldn't believe a word that comes out of that vicious mouth of hers. I have better things to do, like the ironing. No, and we really do need a don't be ridiculous option. And the thought of 12 episodes, so another 11 to be discussed on these pages. Are the women featured in the upcoming episodes still as confident they've made the right choice, or do they have time to hide? If I was locked in a windowless cell in solitary confinement with absolutely no contact with the outside world and was offered a recording of this podcast, I would refuse it. Just listen to 30 seconds of it on talk radio and just wanted to launch my Sonos out the window. Absolute tripe. Spotify has been conned. She's a megalomaniac, evil devil witch demonic thing with a frozen ice stone cold all day Joker smile and has no soul. The entire world hates her guts. If you own Spotify stock, sell. Life is too short to listen to a very irritating voice spouting utter drivel peppered with lies. I have more important things to do. The cat probably needs worming, I'm quite sure the sewers need rotting, and the dustbins need a good wash. Anything but watch that pointless triple. Her background in business is zero. Only model you have to cope with her is to marry a dumb ginger nut in a royal family, preferably a prince who is naive like Harry, and you have cracked it. You will require total arrogance to all and sundry, be a first-class liar, storyteller, sexually ahead of Harry, which would not be too difficult. That's the start of your business plan. How would listening to Meghan talking about Meghan be of any benefit? I hope Spotify execs are happy with the reviews for her first podcast. Crowd puller she ain't. Tom Bowers should get a medal for writing this book. Nothing came as a surprise with what he wrote, but it is all in one place. With a book with so many pages that are true, there should be an investigation done. Besides being a narcissist, she is a fraud. This woman is delusional, thinking people would pay $3,000 to hear her and Harry. What have they to say? Both mentally ill, dysfunctional, pathetic. Harry, traitor to Queen and country. Both need professional help immediately. Why did the Queen let this woman into their orbit? Didn't they check her background? Presumably, they hoped she would be willing to listen and learn, as Kate did. She's a lying fantasist. The housing unit was actually a beautiful mansion. People are commenting that Serena Williams asked her, "Why did you not take Archie with you?" Instead of leaving him in a dangerous situation. She didn't answer and brushed over it. She's a fraud. In a previously aired trailer for this scuff, male voices are heard using words Mrs. 95% doesn't like, only male voices. It's not as if women have never used similar words to each other, is it? Mrs. 95% stoking misandry then. If she is such a strong, independent, progressive feminist, how is it in the pursuit of trying to understand what holds women back she relies on her position gained by marriage to a man and waves his title around despite it being derived from the patriarchy? That will be rampant hypocrisy then, not Erlman. With experts and historians, Meghan also uncovers how we got here in the first place, unearthing the origin of words such as, "don't accept their own article," "hysterical," and many more, and asks the question, can we change this? Of course, you can. Just change your behavior so you don't pick up the label in the first place. The housing unit in SA where they stayed was a beautiful mansion, and the fire was a bit of smoke from a heater which was then unplugged, probably the accumulated dust which always burns off when heating is put on after the summer. The woman is barking. Poor girl, she's only got the Hollywood Channel, not the reality channel. She really doesn't understand the monarchy. She seems to liken her role to one where she's the star of the latest blockbuster and she has the bragging rights over her fellow C-listers.